Namaste. My name is Prasanna Kumar. I am a tourist guide from Kerala. Welcome to Trivandrum, the capital city of Kerala. It is also known as Thiruvananthapuram in the local vernacular. It means the city of Lord Ananta, a snake which is described in many Hindu legends as the one who is having 1,000 hoods. In this video, I am going to talk about the landmark of city, a temple around which the old city was designed and built in the 19th century, and the wealthiest temple in the world now. This is Padmanabha Swami temple. There is an interesting story about the origin of this temple. The sage Villamangalam, when he was praying to his deity Vishnu, requested him to appear before him. Meanwhile, a small child appeared over there and started behaving very mischievously. He started defiling the idol worshipped by the sage. The sage got angry with him. He scolded him away. When leaving, the child told him, "If you want to meet me again, you have to come to Anandankada." It was then the sage realized that it was Vishnu in the form of a child. He was very much worried. Then he started wandering along in search of Anandankada, and he walked towards the south from the north. And one day he heard the sound of a woman who was telling her son to behave himself, as he was very mischievous. As he was disobeying her, she threatened him to throw him into the Anandankada. Then the sage Villamangalam went to her and, collecting information from her about Anandankada, went to Anandankada. On reaching Anandankada, he saw a lot of Ilipa trees, the Indian butter tree. And in one of the trees, he saw the form of Ananta, the snake. Then he started worshipping Vishnu over there. And then Vishnu appeared before him. But the form of Vishnu, or the figure of Vishnu, was too long. And it was difficult for the Villamangalam, the sage, to take it in. Then he requested Vishnu to reduce the size of his figure for him to see him clearly. Then Vishnu listened to him, reduced the size of his figure, but still it was too long for him to see it clearly, as there were many Ilipa trees, or the Indian butter trees. At last he could see the figure of Vishnu through three Ilipa trees in three different parts. Then he worshipped Vishnu over there, and it is in that place the present day Padmanabha Swami temple was built. And in the place where he saw this Ananta or Vishnu, still there is a temple and the name of Anandan Nagaraja or Anandankada. Now I am standing in front of the temple. Right behind me you can see the temple tower. This temple tower, it is made of both granite and limestone. The foundation is made of granite and the rest it is limestone or stucco. We can see there are a lot of figures on and around it. It is either carved or molded using this limestone. It is telling different stories both from Ramayana and Mahabharata, the legends of the Hindus. And the total height of this tower is 30 meters or 100 feet, which is having 7 tiers and with 7 domes on the top, representing the 7 different levels of consciousness or 7 different worlds. It is very peculiar to the old Dravidian style of temple architecture, and this temple is a fusion of both Chera, Chola and Pandya style of architecture. And right behind this temple tower, there is a Pragara Mandapam or a corridor which is completely made of granite, consisting of some 365 pillars carved from the top to bottom. And within the middle, right in the middle of that corridor, there comes a main shrine in which the idol of Padmanabha is kept. And in front of this shrine, there is an Ottakal Mandapam or a platform which is made of a single stone which can accommodate tens of people at a time. It's also very immensely and intricately carved. The temple is well protected with fort walls, which was constructed in the 19th century with rocks and granite, which is having 5 entrances or 5 gates. Now I am standing in front of one of the entrances which comes on the eastern side. So it is the East Fort. And this place is also named after the fort, East Fort. And the place within this compound is allotted for different purposes, for the residential areas and commercial centers and for other activities. And this temple comes right in the middle of this fort here. On the other side, there is a place exclusively for the Brahmins, the priest community. And next to that, there is a place for the royal family members. They had big mansions sprawling all around here next to this temple. And as they had extended families, they were living in very big houses over here. This is Padma Tirtham, the temple water tank. It's a holy water, known as the holy water from the lotus flower. It belongs to the temple. It was very peculiar to the old temples here in South India, having a water tank like this, because temples in South India were the centers of the then socio-economic and political activities. And the temples would own large tracts of farmlands, and the water from this tank would be used to irrigate the farmlands. Now presently, the water in this tank is used to give a ritual bath to the idols of the temple during the time of the festival. And the temple has 2 festivals a year. And next to the tank, on the other side, we can see the roof of certain buildings, which are all the palaces used by the royal family. Recently, some of them are turned to museums. Presently, the royal family, it is the Travancore royal family. Travancore is an anglicized version of the local vernacular, Tiruvidankur. The royal family is residing in a palace here in the city itself, some 5 kilometers away from here. And though we have a king still now who is not having any political powers, but widely respected by the common public. The Padmanabha Swami temple belongs to the Travancore royal family. The Travancore royal family is a former dynasty which existed here in the south of Kerala. Before the formation of Kerala in 1950s, there were 3 different parts. In the south, Travancore, middle Cochin and north Malabar. And among them, it is told that Travancore was the most powerful kingdom. This temple is said to be around 2000 years old. And it is told there was a big fire erupted a few hundred years ago, in which the old structure, except the idol of the deity, got gutted down. The whole structure, it was in wood. Later, the whole thing was reconstructed by the successive kings, but it was incomplete. And it was in the 19th century, the then ruler, Aniram Tirunal Marthandavarma, who is known as the father of modern Travancore, started reconstructing the whole thing again. And the temple tower, as I explained earlier, was started constructing in the 16th century. And during the reign of both Marthandavarma and the king after him, Dharmaraja, the temple tower was finished. Now I am on one side of the temple street, and this street consists of a few heritage buildings. And these were the buildings once occupied by the royal family to accommodate the family members. Recently, a few of them turned to museums and chitralayams. The most popular among them is the Kudira Malika Palace, which is coming right behind this building over here. The one constructed in the 19th century by the then ruler, Sodi Tirunal, who was a musician and a composer. And it is made of both teak and rosewood, consisting of a lot of very intricate and beautiful carvings in and around it. The temple is having 4 entrances in all 4 directions. Now I am in front of the south gate, the entrance through the south side. The word Padmanabha means the person, the one with a lotus on his navel. and Padmanabha Swami, who is considered as a supreme deity of the Hindus, and though he is one among the trinities. And the Padmanabha Swami, the idol of Padmanabha in this temple is made of a black stone called saligramam. 12,008 stones were used, brought here from Gandaki river, there in Nepal, collected from the banks of the Gandaki river on the back of the elephants, and way back in the 18th century during the reign of Martanda Varma. And the construction of the idol is an Ayurvedic mixture called Kadu Sharkara Yogam. Because of that, the rituals are held inside the shrine, except for the flowers used on the idols. If it is to be washed, for that they will be using a miniature form of the idols. The same will be carried out for the temple processions to be washed either in the sea water once a while and in the temple water out there during the time of the rituals. The world's wealthiest temple in the world presently, the Padmanabha Swami Temple. A few years back, in 2012, inside the temple, underneath the idol of the deity, in 6 different walls, they found a lot of treasures. Gold, diamonds, and other jewelries worth billions of US dollars. It was such a wonderful discovery in the human history has ever found. Though it has been there for the last few hundreds of years, deposited by the successive kings here in Travancore and the rulers before that time, it was not known to the public. It was in 2011. A man who is living in the vicinity of this temple, who was a part of this temple trust before and an advocate himself, approached the court, the Supreme Court of India, to get an order to open these walls, because there were a lot of rumors about this treasure inside, that it is like Padmanabha is lying upon the treasures. So on the order of the Supreme Court of India, they opened the walls, and to the amazement of the people, we have found all these things. Then an expert committee appointed by the Supreme Court of India took the inventory of the items found in there. Though it has been still in there all this while, and the security is provided by the state government, and as this temple still belongs to the Travancore royal family, it is still a private property. But the temple administration, now the state government also has some intervention. Well, Padmanabha Swami Temple is one of the few temples here in Kerala which is still following the old traditions and customs as it was. As part of that, only people who are professing the Hindu faith are allowed to enter. Non-Hindus are not allowed. And there is a dress code as well. For men, it is only dhoti or mundu and topless. They cannot wear the shirt inside. And for women, the past it was only sari, but recently they waived the rules in favor of women. Those who are wearing dresses other than the sari can also enter wearing a dhoti above the dress which they are wearing. Friends, I hope you have enjoyed this video and you have got quite a lot of information about Padmanabha Swami Temple. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. I'll see you all again in my next video. Thank you all. Bye.